Hi, today we are going talking about a great singer called Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury was born on the Tanzanian island of Zanzibar. His parents, Bomi and George Sarah, sent him off to a private school in India from 1955 until 1963. In 1964, Freddie and his family flew to England. Freddie was very delighted to come to England. In 1966, he started his education at the Ealing College of Art, where he graduated in 1969. He loved art, and because of that, he often went along with his friend Tim Stafford, who played in a band called Smile. A British Indian singer, songwriter, pianist, guitarist, and co-founder of the rock band Queen, inducted into the Rock and Rock Hall of Fame in 2021. As a performer, he was known for his vocal abilities and flamboyant performance. As a songwriter, he composed many international hits, including Bohemian Rhapsody, Killer Queen, Somebody to Love, Don't Stop Me Now, We Are the Champions, and Crazy Little Thing Called Love.
Later, in addition in this work with Queen, he also led a solo career and was occasionally a producer and great musician for other artists. Mercury, who was a president and grew up in India, has been referred to a British first Asian rock star. Finally, he died of bronchitis induced by HIV on 24 November 1991, only one day after publishing a chronology. He died in 2006. Time Katya named him also of the most influential Asian hero of the past 60 years, and he continued to be seen as one of the great singers in the history of popular music. In 2008, Rolling Stone rated Mercury 18 on its list of the 200 great singers of all the time.
Breaking news. Why not a camera? How do it? The landing craft moved straight toward the distant shore, a black sand beach anchored at one and an ugly hump of a mountain called Suribachi. Associated Press photographer George Rosenthal, who crouched down against the steel bulkhead, hung over his 445 speed graphic to protect from the sail spray. He was surrounded by Marines, kids really 10 or 15 years his junior, and a line of hand trucks loaded with mortar ammunition. Rosenthal, 33 years old, from San Francisco, rejected by the Army for bad exile, took scant notice of the mountain, where in a few days' time he will experience the defining moment of his life. His concern was the beach. His concern was how many of these companions, those who, in other circumstances, he might have photographed playing football or basketball in California, would die. His concern was whether he would die. Rosenthal stood briefly and photographed other landing craft also head for the beach. Then the boat crunched on the sand, and Marines, Rosenthal with them, rushed into the hellfire of the Iwo Jima landing of February February 99 in 1945. Rosenthal walked right later than surviving the beach under fire was like walking in rain and not getting it. But survived the beach, he died as she had survived previous assault landings on Guam, Peleliu, and Anwar. He made pictures of marine struggling in the heavy granular basalt of the terrace beachhead, of fallen marines of the beach under fire, and of American troops dug in alone in the island coast. His photos flown later that day to Guam and a photo poll office that handled a relayed combat photography were radioed of the San Francisco and from there to the front page of American newspapers. On the 50th day of the Battle of Iwo Jima, Rosenthal and two marine photographers climbed the slopes of Mr. Suribachi in search of pictures that marked the taking of the island hit around. Atop the dormant 60-foot volcano cone, they came upon
Bob Wright was just back after a 6-week break, sitting in the Associated Press making shift born of the 5th floors on a round blazing hotel in the half raft when he heard the explosion and a volley of automatic raft. I know it was close, he said. Some thought the neighboring Shelton Hotel had been hit, but the vestige was closer than explosive in associated bomber squad have opened up a section of the protective collect bus well between the heavily weathered hotel complex and Forest Square, where USA Marine had thrown down a small housing statue when Ralph fell. 2 minutes later, a second car on the opposite side of the square, belonged up next to the rank rescue. More briefer, nervously, write another AP reports on a photographers moving from an office to the relative cell of the hotel hallway, protected by international wall. Another minute passed. Then the 19-story hotel was rocked by a hot 1003 explosion. A cement truck packed with explosion had driven through the bridge in the bus wall but failed to age the hotel because of a few years inside the complex. We could feel the shock where we have filled with long brown smoke. It thought the hotel had been hit by a missile. Right say, stay off the floor. Stay off the floor. You're safe there. A security advice shouted. Gopher called the hair outside. Windows and glass doors were shattered. Conversion was at a shoot. Wright used his cell phone on AP's relation headquarters in Cairo and detected the first report that hotel